Right, well, good afternoon everybody. I'm sure there's quite a few who's been wondering where I've been. What happened to this week's video? Well, of course, Friday and Saturday was just unbelievable when I tried to do the first video, and I had to come back down home, and by the time I did the editing and whatnot in the film, it was just too noisy. Of course, I had severe winds from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, heavy rains, even into Saturday. There's a couple of days I tried to do the video, but I was knocked back each time. But lo and behold, Monday morning it's absolutely beautiful here. I spent the first couple of hours out in my own back garden, so tidying up the borders, getting a few spring planting done. If you remember the sit myself down here for 5 minutes. If you remember the spring baskets we did in the beginning of the year, in the January and the February, well, there we are. Gorgeous little teak coming through the bottom there, polyanthus, and of course the old pansy, absolutely gorgeous. Primroses, and once again, pansy, polyanthus. It makes some fantastic little displays. Quite easy to do, just a few pots, a bit of compost, and it makes all the difference to the garden. Nice bit of colour for the early spring. As I say, it's a beautiful morning here in the northeast, and of course there's a few of the bellet daisies. I've been busy potting up. I brought them down from the allotment yesterday, and trying to get a few planted out in the borders just to put a bit of colour. At the moment I'm busy trimming the back boxes down. I've got ferns and whatnot in there, so I'm clipping all the tops of the ferns down, making them nice and tidy, because I think it should be okay now. Let the sunshine into the roots, and of course they'll start sending up our fronds for next month. But as I say, it's been absolutely beautiful here this morning. It's forecast for some rain tonight, heavy rain again tonight, moving north from the west. So what I intend to do is to get most of my plants planted out this afternoon. I'm going to put out the plot to finish this video off first though. I'm going to pop into the greenhouse. I've got a few bits and pieces to do in there, and then what I want to do up the garden. The main thing I wanted to do was to get the carrots and the parsnips sown, so early carrots and early parsnips. I'm going to leave that until the weekend, and hopefully by Wednesday the weather's supposed to change nice. We've still got a bit of a breeze blowing here now, so the last thing I want to be doing is trying to sow parsnip seed when the wind's blowing. I have sent with some tapes, which makes life a little bit easier, so we'll be planting the tapes up. But for the time being, as I say, that bit clouds coming over now and it's starting to turn a little bit chilly, so I'm going to pop it in the greenhouse, and I'll show you what's been happening in there. Right, that's better. I'm out the wind, and of course all I like to do in the greenhouse today, or days like this when the sun's out, is just to leave the door ajar or open the vent up a little bit. Looking at the temperature here today, it's 69 in here, and that's because I left the door shut. On days like this, the first thing I do is come downstairs, open the vents up, open the doors up, because I never like to have it too hot. And of course when you've got plastic propagators on top of your seedlings, the last thing you want to do is to create too much heat. But as I say, I've been really busy this last week with our peppers and chilies. I've got a few tomatoes sown a fortnight ago, and I sowed them, I potted them up last week, and of course the core-fruit tomatoes, they're absolutely romping away. Beautiful strong little plants after being potted up for a week. Well chuffed with them. I don't like to have my tomatoes too early. It was just a little bit of a try a few of the core fruit, and I've got half a dozen hillbilly in here, which I started off, and they're doing really well now. These sort of strong little plants since they've been potted up. Not too wet, just on the moist side. And what I like to do with my tomatoes is I do with most of my plants, I water from down below. And that's the best idea, having a tray without any holes in. You can just drop a bit of water on the bottom, let them take their own water up, and I think they grow much better. Now, they don't look very big, but if you, as I keep saying to everybody, if you get your planning right. Now we don't plant tomatoes out till the middle to the end of April up here in the northeast. Any earlier than that, and you've got a chance of your tomato plants getting damaged by a cold spell. They get a check, they get set back, they can turn blue. I mean, in here, in the night time, the temperatures are dropping down to 50, which is fine for tomatoes. I don't need them any warmer than. People always say, oh, start them off at 60, 65. I never do. I think they grow much stronger when they're just kept on a cool temperature. But as I say, we're not going to be planting out till about the middle of April to the end of April, so they're at the perfect size for me now. I mean, we're only at the beginning of March, in the middle of March, so we've got another fortnight in March, and they're going to fill them pots. So once they fill the pots, I'll put them onto a 9-inch pot, and then they'll stop in the 9-inch pot, the 9-centimetre pot, sorry. They'll stop in the 9-centimetre pot for another fortnight to 3 weeks, which will take well into the end of April, which will be spot on. Never plant them out any earlier than that. The trouble is with people planting seeds, it's all very well bringing them up in the heat and having nice big plants, but it's getting your timing right. If you want to try and plant them outside, you'll end up losing them. But just take it easy. I did sow some giant orange. I think I did it in last week's video, and there we are. Popping through already. A week, so spot on with that. What I have to sow up the lot this afternoon, I'm going to make a cold sowing. So we're going to crack on with some more tomato seed. My old favourites, Ailsa Craig, some Alicante, and of course one of my old time favourites, a nice hardy tomato if you want to try and grow some outside, is Ailsa Craig. You cannot beat it. And what I will be doing is out in the patio this year, I'll get a few tomatoes and I'll be growing them outside, south facing wall. But Ailsa Craig will be the variety I'll be using. Now them, I just sowed them 2 weeks ago, and they're Lolo Rosso, and they're a beautiful sweet chili pepper, absolutely fantastic, and they're ramping away, and just sitting on this heat blanket. That's the only thing that's in here now, keeping them warm under that. And they are yellow Scotch bonnet. Of course I got them off John Murphy. John Murphy sent us them up. So there's a yellow Scotch bonnet, John, and we'll move them, mate. They're romping away. Now there's been lots of comments about the grapevines. As the next stage of the grapevine. Well, I'm just going to the plot this afternoon, so what we'll do, we'll check up there, we'll have a look at my grapevines, and I'll give you any pointers that you need to grow a first class crop of grapes. But at the moment, I'm well chuffed for what's happening down here. As I say, I keep the containers on because I'll leave this door open when I go up the plot, and they'll be great. Well, that's another pot of seedlings. That's as a chocker. I've got these given last year, and I think, yes, they are a large Russian yellow, but they're fantastic. They're romping away. Sweet Million, that's another lovely little cherry one. So they can go for another week to 2 weeks. I'm never in a hurry to put tomatoes off, as I keep saying. I like to get a really good root system on them first before I even start to pot them up. But as I say, I've been busy potting chilies, peppers up all week. They're all in a little square 6-centimetre pots, and they'll grow on fine into them for another fortnight, and then I'll have to make a couple of big mixes up, because once all these are ready to pot into 9-centimetre pots, I'll pot them all up, then I'll go up in the top shelves in the allotment and the plot, right up on the top shelves in the polytunnels, and they'll sit there for another 4 to 5 weeks till I think it's safe to start planting out. So as I say, if you're going to start planting seedlings, just make sure you've got the room outside to get your timing right. You don't want to have fantastic big plants ready and find it's too cold to plant them outside. If you haven't got any cold frames, or you haven't got any cold greenhouses where you can give them a little bit of shelter, that's the main priority for this time of the year. I know it's beautiful, the sun's shining, it's absolutely red hot, but just go canny with the seedlings. I'm just sowing some of my summer bedding plants this afternoon, especially for the hanger baskets, but I'll explain all that when we get up the garden. As I say, timing's everything. So get your timing right and you'll be spot on. So I'll see you up the plot. Right, well, it's a little bit warmer up here, so I think I can just about bear to get my shirt off. Of course, I'm in the first polytunnel. See, Roger's been busy this morning. He's weeded out all the early tatties, nice and clean now. You can see them all popping up there. Now what we'll be doing with this tunnel, as I say, get your timing right is everything. Now when we crop these tatties, we'll be cropping them from middle of May till the end of May. So we're a good 8 weeks away yet. Now I want the top part of the tunnel for sweet corn. So when I say trying to get your timing right, it's imperative, because what you don't want to have is plants sitting in pots that are going to be pod bound and you haven't got the room to plant them out. So if we say at the end of May when we crop the tatties, we're going to have to go 6 weeks forward for planting our sweet corn. So what I will be doing here is doing the three sisters again. I'll be planting the sweet corn, I'll be planting the bean hunter, and I'll be planting the baby bell melon. So that's the 3 crops all in one bed, and we'll see how it works out this year. But as I say, we don't need the sweet corn till the end of May. Once the tatties come out, we'll plant the sweet corn in. So we want to be 6 weeks ahead of that, so that'll bring us to the second week in April. So I've got at least in 3 weeks before I even start thinking about the sweet corn. I've got a couple of big trays ready with for plug plants. I'll plant the sweet corn in them, and then they'll be potted on in a 9cm pot, let them grow nice and big, and hopefully by the end of May we'll have a first class sweet corn just ready for planting out. As I say, timing's everything. If you get your timing right, you shouldn't have any bother. I'm well pleased with these tatties, they're romping away there. These are the Jazzy early, so hopefully we'll get a lovely potato off them. As I say, Roger has been busy this morning. He's getting another 2 full tradefuls of the pansy done now, so they'll go out on the back bench. What I did do yesterday when I come up the plot, I cleared a lot of the Bellis daisy, a lot of the perennial stuff that's on there, cleared them all off, and to start making room, because I've got loads of plants in the bottom polytunnel to come out, and they need hardening up first, so they'll go onto that bench. Same as the pansies, they'll go onto the bench. We'll get them all nicely hardened up before planting out time comes. Now, a lot of this stuff will just go in the garden, but a lot of the stuff I need for the baskets. So once again, we don't hang our hanging baskets out until the first week in June up here in the northeast. So from the first week of June, you've got to try and work out how big you need your plants, how well grown they're going to be, what time to sow them. Don't want to be starting to sow them too early. Now one of my main ones is the Swan River Daisy. Now I never plant it too early. I'll be planting it this afternoon, middle of March, will be fine. Because what I don't want to find I've got massive big plants sitting in trays and they've got nowhere to go. So what I'll do is I'll plant them today. We're in the middle of March now, so that gives me till the end of April, 6 weeks from planting out, pricking off into trays, and then a couple of weeks in, I should take winter, the first week in May, second week in May. If it is still cold, I can fill the baskets up, hang the baskets in the polytunnel, or hang them outside under the benches where they're nice and there's a bit of cover on the top, and that means if there is going to be any frosts, they're under cover, or we'll hang them in their final positions around the gardens in the end of May, first week in June. So, as I say, timing's everything. Few lads commenting on the grapevines. Well, if you remember how I cut the cuttings last year, and there we are. First class little buds on there. That's why I always leave 2 buds on the top. There's actually 3 on that one, and the 3 of them are budded. Now what I can do with that, whichever one's the strongest, if that comes up to be the strongest, I can just cut that back on a slanting cut, so that's the main runner. Same with that one's budded, that one's budded. But that's why I like to have a nice long bit of cane on the top. And of course there's 2 buds underneath, so hopefully them buds underneath will be turned into roots. So there'll be 3 first class root cuttings for around about May, June time, ready for potting into individual pots. Now we did send a load of these out last year, different people's getting them. Dean Roberts was asking about his. My grapevines are fine. If you've got them in a big pot and you want to transplant them in the garden, just give it round about there, end of April, beginning of May. You've had them inside, you want them hardened up first. They're a pretty strong plant, but what you don't want to do is start getting frost on them. just make sure you tip out your pot, get nice and deep in your new bed outside. If you're gonna bring it inside the greenhouse, and you're gonna have to need a hole cut in the side of the greenhouse, so you're polythene. Just make a small frame on the inside, just so you can cut a little hole on the outside, bring your cane through, or underneath the framework itself before you. I know you've already put your tunnel in position, but what I would have done is made some sort of a channel, plant your grate, bring a channel underneath. But there's different ways to bring it inside. As I say, I'll just plant mine inside. With two black ones at this end here, doing fine. But the main one up in the far polytunnel, which I take all my cuttings on. But yeah, I'm over to move them. As I say, there'll be 3 black vines there going middle of next year. No doubt there'll be somebody wanting to look for a new vine. Well, I'll send them a one down. But and we'll chuck with the way things are going in here. But lots of bedding along there. I potted up a load of lobelia last week. I think I did about 4 trays of that. Lobelia, my geraniums from down home, I managed to pot them up. I've got 2 trays of geraniums out of the 4 packets of seed that I sowed. They're up there now, just cool enough, not too much. The busy lizzies, they've been planted off, they've been potted off. So we're trying to get through. I've done about 4 trays of carnations. I sowed 1 packet of seed in. I've gotten 4 full trays, 24 in a tray. 4 full trays out of 1 packet of seed. Young carnation plants, so there'll be hundreds of them going spare. But as I say, they always come in handy for family and friends, you know, so I give a lot of my stuff away. I keep what I need for my garden, and I'm quite happy giving the rest of them away. You know, to me, it's just a hobby. And I get more enjoyment of giving plants away to people, and hopefully they'll get as much enjoyment as well as what I do growing them. But I'm going to pop in the shed now, and I'm going to get cracking on some of these tomatoes. Okay? Okay, right. Well, hopefully we'll get this video finished before that sun comes out. As I say, it's starting to move its way around over to the west there. It's by the top there, in the bottom of the 100-foot greenhouse, and it's absolutely red hot in here. It's actually 65. That's in a cold greenhouse in the middle of March. Unbelievable. And that's why I always keep saying to people, just keep an eye on your temperatures. Even for the likes of lettuce, cabbage, little gem. Planted 8 years ago. Look at them, romping away. You can see a little bit of moisture dripping from the bottom. That's because once again they're sitting in trays, and I like the water from down below. A little bit of water in the bottom of the tray, no problem. That's another tray of lettuce there, romping away. And they're Robson's. New variety, but no doubt an iceberg. Try that one. You can go back in the tray, but everything is just there, romping away. If you remember, when I showed the greyhound just last week, and just in the cold greenhouse here, they come up smashing, and they're nice and green, and nice and small. They're up on the top shelf. You don't want them down below where it's dark, because that's when you start stressing your plants. You want them up on the top as near as the light you can, and they'll be fine. Even on a cold night, these can stand temperatures way down to 40 below, to 40, no problem. But they come away quite easy. I've got zinnias over here on the bench. They're just popping away through there. They're in plug plants, so at the moment everything's going fine. Right, so what I've done, I've filled a full-size seed tray again. Now I grow these every year for the hanging baskets. And of course these are the Swan River Daisy, absolutely fantastic. 25p a packet. And I think there's 350 seed. 150 seed in a packet. Unbelievable value, great. It's my own mix, with a little bit of added perlite in, so it's nice and free draining. And then, of course, with a lot of the bedding plants that I'm going to prick off into bunches, as with lobelia, the marigolds, they just get broadcast, they're all through. But the likes of these, what I like to do with them, just a little trick, same with their petunias and that. If you're going to be pricking them off into little groups, this is the best way to do it. I just so under a size seed tray, an ordinary bit of bamboo, the size of it, and what I like to do, I like to make 3 rows, just pre-soak your compost, and then press the key in. That's the second one. Evenly distributed throughout the tray. That's the third one. You can put this tray down actually. This is just for the camera. And there we have it. There's 3 lines that are pressed into compost with a bit of cane. And then it's an easy job. Just open your packet up. Swan River daisy are pretty good. They're a small seed but they're white. And you'll find that just sprinkling them along the rows. So what I'll do with these, I'll put 1.5 between each row and using up the 2 packets. So just take your time. You can see the seeds are white, so you can get a fairly good idea. Where they're going. So that's 1 packet, that's 1.5 rows. Just open that bit of foil up because you always get a couple odd ones hiding in the corner. Second packet. And then that'll be a full tray, 3 rows ready for pricking off in about 3 weeks time. To me that's just perfect because that's going to take us right, that's great. That's 2 packets between 3 rows. And then all that needs now is just the usual, your sieve, fine sieve, or you can just use perlite if you want. Just a little bit of perlite. I've got compost mixed with perlite so it's nice and soft. And then just a very light covering. Where you've got your rows, you can see the rows. And then just a very light covering of compost mixed. And they can just sit on the bench there now. So I've got them planted now. So it's 3 rows. Once they start coming through, I'll show you them how they go on week by week. But the beauty of planting this way in the rows, it's much easier to go along a row rather than broadcast them over the whole tray. It's much easier to go along with just a little pick or a little fork. I've got plenty of little gadgets that I like to use, little widgets that you can get from the shop. It's much easier to go along the roads and just ease them out and put them into their potting positions. And I like to transfer mine into either cups or small pots and grow them on in trays. And then they'll be fine for putting in the hanging baskets, middle of May to the end of May. They'll be a nice strong little plant, not too big, and they'll go straight in the hanging baskets and they'll be fine. They'll be into flower in a few weeks after that. So that's the Swan River daisy. As I say, I grow them every year. They're one of my favourites. I just pop them up there for the time being. I know where they are. I'll keep one in the bags because what I like to do with these is, if I can find the label, let's just put a hole in the bag, put a hole in the bottom of the, push the label through, if I can get it in. Yeah. It's usually harder than what it makes out to be. That's it through. Pull the label right down in the top wire, and you've got a first class marker for your seed tray. So that's that in there. As I say, they've been pre-watered, always pre-water. All my trays, all my pots, everything, then we've got soaking first. Now that's exactly the same compost. Now, why I like to use small pots like this, because if I'm not planting a full packet of seed, I can only plant half now and I can plant half it later. And of course, this is an example. The Alicante planted the money maker. I planted And I have got another packet. It's a crate somewhere, if I can find it, which I will be planting out. But I've misplaced that as usual. So what I will do with the Alicante is, I put half a packet in the other day, and I'll put the other packet in. I must have left the Elsa crate down home because I don't like to sow them too early. The Elsa crate are great for growing outside, if you put them in a sheltered spot. So I'm sowing them about the end of March time anyway, and just sowing them cold. There'll not be any heat whatsoever in here, and it's the same with these, with the Alicante and the Moneymaker. They're a great crop, good for backups, and as I say, they never fail me. So once again, I've just got a small pot like that, and there's a half a packet of seed left in there. I've already planted half of it yesterday, and I'm just going to sprinkle them few seed over the top there. Perfect. Once again, sieve a little bit of soil over the top there. Marker in there, and that's my Alicante. Now, all they'll do is sit in the tray with a plastic container on top there. Cold zone, no heat whatsoever, and they'll come through in about 2 to 3 weeks time. Nice and strong, nice and sturdy, up in the full light, and it'll be around about the second week in April before you even think about pricking them out. They'll be nice, strong little plants, and once you plant them off, once you prick them off into pots, they'll romp away, and you'll have a first-class tomato plant ready for planting out middle to the end of May, and that's perfect for us up here. If you're down south, you're going to change your times, because you're a couple of weeks ahead of us, so you just got to adjust your times and your planting dates accordingly. But for us up north, this is fine. So I'll just go in there with the other ones, and they'll go away. But I'll keep you updated on them. What I want to start, what I've been trying to do, is to get these sown. That's the parsnips. Now what I've done, I sent we have some tapes, because when you're trying to put seed in outside, you get that little bit of wind. That's all you need, a little bit of wind, and the seeds are all over. But the tapes are so much easier. So I'm getting a couple of sets of tapes, and I'm going to plant them towards the end of this week. I've got my swede to go in containers. I've got some cardboard cups. I'm going to start some swede off in them and just see how they grow. I will be planting some outside in the main borders, but I'm going to try a few inside first just to see how they grow. I've never tried them inside, but I've had a few good reports, and it's the same with the beetroots. I've got Ferrano there, and they're a nice long one, so I'm going to have to be, they're a stump rooted one, but I'm going to try some of them inside, and then I'm going to plant some outside and just see what the difference is. So as I say, that's the parsnips, that's the beetroots, and of course I've got the carrots to go in. Well, I'll just be planting the carrots as normal, in amongst the Japanese onions and the 3 big beds outside. We'll get them sown, but that'll be the start of next week's video. As I say, we've been really lucky today. The sun shone forward, so I've managed to get the video started. As I say, I was busy all last week, and then I started the video off on Friday, but the wind, it was horrific, and I didn't really realise until I got down home and I started trying to edit the video. It was so bad that you couldn't really make out anything I was saying. But so I had to start all over again. So I've waited till today. As I say, the sun's out today. It's an absolutely cracking day up here in the northeast. It's a little bit chill to the wind. You might be able to hear it now. It's just starting to pick up a little bit. There's a little bit chill to that wind. I'm not really bothered about that. We've got a lot of rain forecast coming over for the night, so I'm going to go back down home into the back garden and get the last of me Bellis daisies. I've got some forget-me-nots. I've got 4 big trays of them that Roger potted up. They're in the tunnel, so they're going to have to come out today and go on the back bench for hard enough. So we'll get some forget-me-nots planted out next week. There's loads of stuff that we're at the moment. It's to say that the potting on is just non-stop. Every day there's something to do. The seeds are sprouting up left, right and centre. I've got trayfuls in there, but what we'll do next week, I'll take you a walk through the tunnels. I'll show you all what's been potted up and how they're growing. And as I say, we'll get cracking on sowing the parsnips and the carrots. And what I might do, we're coming to the next weekend. It's going to be around about the 21st. It's spring, or it's supposed to be spring. 21st, the first day of spring. Which a lot of you know, it's my birthday. So what I'll be doing, I'll be coming up, and I'll sow a few of these beetroots inside, some of these turnips inside, and we'll see what sort of crop we can get out of them. But I'm going to try them in these cardboard cups again, and just see how they grow. I'll get a big mix made up. I've got some bags of Humax here. We'll empty another couple of compost bins of our own, some sharp sand, a couple of handfuls of bone meal, Bob's your uncle, and we've got our own pot and compost again, and we'll get cracking sowing a few of these plants. But what I've been a bit helped is, the grapevines are doing fine at the moment. They're in bud. That's a main vine in there, and I've got a main vine in here, and I've got two black ones in there. The fruit trees are fantastic. The peach tree in there, it's absolutely covered in blossom. It's absolutely marvellous. But we'll have a walk right through the tunnels next week when I've got a bit more time, and I'll show you exactly what we've been doing, how we're potting on, and how we're getting the beds and the borders ready for tomato crops, or sweet corn, or melons, and of course, in a fortnight's time, the cucurbits. Never before the end of March. I know there may be a few of you starting to say, oh, we're going to start planting now. I never start planting my cucurbits till the end of March, beginning of April, at the earliest, depending on the weather. And of course, that's all your cucumbers, your squashes, your melons, anything like that. Any of the soft fruits. It's going to be at least another fortnight, but I'll take you all through that in a forthcoming video, and I'll show you how we plant ours. Just a few little tricks to help you get over, because they can be difficult, cucumbers, and a lot of people lose them, mainly overwatering and too wet and not enough temperatures. But we'll take you all through that, like I say, in the coming videos. But for the time being, I'm going to crack on here. I've got a few more seeds to plant out. That's them done. The daisy, all ready for the baskets. Oh, it's just been never ending. It's never ending. It's been full steam ahead, even with the wind blowing. I've been inside here pricking off and potting off and sowing seed. But I never let the weather slow it down. But hopefully next week, as I say, I'll take you walk through the tunnels, and we'll show you exactly what we've been doing. So it's just a quick video in response to a few of the lads coming in the other night that I hadn't been online for the Friday night, but of course it was all down to the weather. But hopefully I'll make up for it today. I'll get us online tonight, and I'll see you all again back into this week when we'll get started on sowing some seeds outside. Okay, once again, thanks to all the new subscribers. There's quite a few coming online. Well, chuffed for that. Me and Roger's over the moon. We're getting a few new subscribers every week, so I hope you're getting something from the vids, and I'm hoping that we're giving you some help in the garden. But as I say, don't be too impatient. Just if you think it's spring yet, just hold your horses, because a little bit of sunshine and everything can change within a week here. We know all too well up the northeast. We can have sunshine one day, it can be snowing the next day. So just go canny way sowing, as I say. Try and work out when you want to plant your crops out, and give you a couple of weeks ahead for your pricking off and your potting off, and then you're planting out, you're hardening off. And if you work all that out, you'll be spot on. It's not a hard job to do. Just work it out. If you've got nice strong plants ready to go, and it's fine outside, and you get a first grade crop. But just don't be in too much of a hurry to start sowing. As I say, it's still early March. There's plenty of time yet. But, we'll take you all through in the next couple of videos anyway. But for the time being, I'm going to knock off here, take some onions down, because the wife's going to make a nice big pan of stew and soup. We'll get that. The weather's still cold of a morning, or of an afternoon, so we'll like a nice pan of soup. But no doubt we'll get that sorted. But once again, thanks for all the new subscribers. If you can't wait for the videos, get us on my Facebook page. It's Jeff Foreman on the plot, and send them a request, and we'll get you signed up. We're on there most nights, chatting and swapping pictures and whatnot. So if you want to get on the plot, then send them a request. Okay, well, get us online, and I'll see you all again at the end of this week, and we'll get started sowing the carrots. Okay, bye for now.